Hello everybody in the virtual village hall. Thank you so much for joining me as part of Dementia Action Week. So today is a seated Swans session and this is a dementia-friendly class. So it's very gentle. I'll be explaining everything from the start. It doesn't matter if you've never done ballet before, this is the session for you. So we're going to be exploring a few different pieces of repertoire today from different ballets. And it's all going to be chair based, so just make sure you've got a nice sturdy chair to sit on, ideally without chair arms. So let's begin, and I hope you enjoy the class. Okay, there we go, the little banner will go off in a moment. So here we go. Right, so if you can just make sure you're sitting in the middle of your chair and your feet are nice and flat on the floor. Be careful your feet aren't tucked underneath you. So feet nice and flat, and we'll relax our shoulders, sitting up nice and tall. And this warm-up to get started with is super straightforward, really easy. I don't even need to teach anything beforehand. We can just begin. Okay, so let's get started. Just check that your space is nice and clear of any obstacles, that you're not going to hit your arms. And feel free to take a break whenever you need to. Okay, let's get started with our warm-up. Okay, so we're going to start off by rubbing our hands together. We're building up the heat. And we can rub into the backs of our hands. Really massaging them. We've got a little bit more heat in our hands. Let's massage our face. So let's start off on our foreheads. Just nice, gentle massages. Good. And into your cheeks and your jaws. We always build up a lot of tension in our jaw, don't we? That's it. Good. Right. Let's get started on our arms now. So we're going to start off by rubbing your arm into your shoulder, and we're going to squidge our arm, squidging it, and can we do some tapping? Good, and let's do a big brush, and another big brush. That arm's warmed up now. Let's use the other arm. Off we go, rubbing the shoulder. All up and down your arm, getting it nice and warm, keeping that heat going. Into your shoulder and arm. And squidging. And tapping now. All the way up and down. Good, and let's take those big brushes. Okay, onto your leg. Let's start off by rubbing the thigh. On top and underneath. And around the knee. And the front and back of the leg. Could we go again, please, with the music? Okay, so now we're going to switch. Here we go, squidging and tapping. Good, let's take a big brush. And another big brush. We've got one more leg left to go. Off we go. As I said to my seated swans last week, it's a good job we're not an octopus. We've only got 2 legs to worry about warming up. Okay, and into the knee, and into the calf, and the shin, and squidging. Good, and tapping. Are we ready for our big brushes? Off we go and brush. Same again, another brush. Lovely, and if you just relax, you might feel a little bit of like a tingling or buzzing sensation in your arms and legs. That's good. It means that you're warmed up now. Thank you. So we're nice and warmed up now, and we're going to begin with our first exercise. Now, ballet dancers, always their first exercise is the same, and that is called a plie. So we're speaking French when we're doing ballet, so plie means to bend. Now, normally in a ballet class, this step of a plie is involving us bending our knees, but we're going to bend our spine today. So, again, sitting in the middle of your chair, your hands are just going to relax on your legs, and we're sitting up as tall as we can. Now we're going to imagine that our spine is like an ice cream on a really hot day, and it's going to melt. So first of all, the head melts, and then the shoulders, and then we ripple down through the spine, and then we're going to ripple back up again, peeling up until we're sitting up tall again. And then we're going to go again, so we're rippling down and we're relaxing our spine and our head, and rippling back up again. And now I'm going to introduce the next element that we can do in ballet, which is a port de bras. And that means that we're moving our arms. So we're going to take our arms to first position, which is like a big round shape in front of us. Then we're going to open our arms out to the side, and then they're going to float downwards. Let's have a go. A bigger movement, so arms to first, and going up, opening out, and down. Let's have a go with one arm now, so arm to first, out to second. We're going to take our arm up. Now this hand that's on your leg, can you relax it by your side? And we'll take a little bend and stretch. Good, now let's have a go going the other way. So the arm is going to reach up, and we're going to go over to the side. Good, so we're just having a go at lots of different movements like that. Don't worry, I'm going to lead you through this exercise, but I just wanted to introduce a few of the movements that we'll be doing in this session. So, hands relaxed on your legs, sitting up tall, shoulders down, and let's have a go at our pliés and port de bras. Okay, off we go. So, ripple down through your spine, and rippling back up again. And same again, rippling down through your spine. Could the music go a little bit louder, please? Thank you. And rippling up. And arms going to first. We're going to open them out like this, so beautiful. And watch them coming down. Same again, arms to first. All the way up, reaching, opening out. Okay, now let's use one hand. Okay, taking it up. Now, let's take a little bend over to the side. Good, opening out. Let's have a go reaching the other way. Arm goes to first, out to second, and up. Now keeping both sides of your bottom on the chair, reaching over and coming back up again. Okay, let's take some nice big shoulder rolls now. Release all that tension in our shoulders. Off we go, shoulder rolls. And big shoulder rolls. Lovely, and let's go the other way. Big slow shoulder rolls. And, okay, hands on your legs. Let's ripple through our spine again, so rippling down. And sitting up. Let's move our arms. We're going to take them all the way up. And reaching out to finish off. And we'll lower down. Lovely. Good, I hope you enjoyed that. Lovely calm start to the class. Now we're going to focus on the ballet of Sleeping Beauty. So, particularly at the end of this ballet, we have some really beautiful dances, and we're going to learn a little bit of an exercise based around the bluebird variation. So this is a very famous dance for ballet dancers. There is the beautiful bluebird, and she's calling and listening for the calls. Because all the fairy tale characters come back at the end of the ballet. We have Little Red Riding Hood, we have Puss in Boots, and we have Princess Florine and the Bluebird. So we're going to learn today to do the bluebirds. So, in ballet we have a lot of mime, and this mime means that we're listening. If you want to have a go at that, so one hand goes behind your ear and the other hand reaches out to the side, and it's like we're listening, we're hearing, we're waiting. Can you hear the bluebird calling? Can you hear the bluebird calling? Okay, and then we can have a go, and they do this in the dance. We're going to bring our hands to either side of our mouth, and let's pretend that we're calling. You can have twinkly fingers when you do this. And we'll send our beautiful bluebird song to each side of the room. We're sending out our bluebird calls. And then of course, all bluebirds will have beautiful wings as well. So we're going to do some different movements of the arms. Have a go at these. Can you have soft wings? Let's have a go with the other hand. Some soft wings. And we're going to try lots of different movements like this. Shall we try some big wings as well? They're going to make an appearance. Lovely, good. Some big wings, and we may even have some little fluttery feathers. Can you have a go at some little fluttery feathers? Yes, good. So let's have a go with music now from the very beginning, and we're going to have a go at being a bluebird from Sleeping Beauty. Right, just try that again, please. So I'm just getting the volume at the right. Thank you. Okay, off we go. So we're going to listen. Can you hear any bluebird calls? Let's have a go. Let's listen the other way. Can you hear any bird calls? Let's make some tweety sounds. And let's go the other way. We're making some bluebird calls. Lovely, let's stretch our wings low. Let's have another wing in the middle and another wing up high, and hand onto your leg. Let's have a go. Low, middle, high, and big wings. Reach them up and down. Really stretching up these huge wings. One more. Lovely, good. Let's have some fluttery wings. Let's lift them up, fluttering, and finish. Excellent. I hope you enjoyed being a bluebird today. Really beautiful, very pretty music, isn't it? So, let's do now, we're going to talk a little bit more about our feet and legs. So, this is a very famous dance, this, from a ballet called La Fille Mal Gardée, and this is the clog dance. So this character is actually a man dressed up as a pantomime dame. It's almost like a pantomime dame. And they are playing the role of the mother. And they have this very famous dance called the clog dance. And they have on, as the name suggests, they have clogs on their feet. And it's almost a little bit like tap dancing what they're doing, but like I said, they've got clogs on. So we're going to have a go at lots of different movements with our feet. So I'm just going to turn to face the side. You can still keep facing the front. I'll just turn around so you can see. So we're going to have a go at some different things like tapping our toes. And we can have a go at tapping our heels as well. Having a go at tapping your heels. Good. And then we can go as well, I'll turn back to face the front now, we can go step and join. And then, because although they have on the clogs, which is making all the rhythm with all of these steps, the pantomime dame also has on this huge dress. And so, you can imagine you're swishing your dress. Like I said, it's one of the male dancers who actually takes this role. There we go. And then we're going to have a go at some different movements with our feet. Like, can you stretch your... Oh, let me move back a little bit. You can't see my feet there. Like, can you stretch your foot out in front? Have a go at sliding it along the floor and then melting it back in again. We're stretching that foot out in front, sliding it, and then melting it back in again. Good. Sliding it out and melting it back in, sliding out and closing back in again. So really, it's got lots of character in this music. And at the very end, we're going to have a go at some slightly fancy patterns with our feet, which I'm going to go through now. So a little space with feet together. And I'll just pull my trousers up a little bit more, then you can see my feet. Can you keep your heels together and turn your toes away from each other, then toes together? One foot, the other foot, good. One foot, the other foot, same again. Let's have a go. It's quite fancy with your feet, good. Now, here's another one for you to try. Can you take both heels to one side and then your toes and then your heels and then your toes? Then let's go the other way. Heels, toes, heels, toes. Heels and toes and heels and toes, heels and toes and heels and toes. So it's all very rhythmical, like toes apart and toes together, toes apart and toes together, and then we can have a go at the twisting feet, and then we'll twist the other way, twist and a twist. Good. And at the end, we'll just take our arms up because that's what the music is wanting us to do. So we're going to have a go at lots of different things with our feet as we enjoy dancing to the clog dance. Okay, so let's begin. First of all, we're going to start off. We can have a little space between our feet and we're just going to tap our toes like we're enjoying the music. Okay, let's have a go. Sorry. Let's get the volume right first of all. Okay, right, that's a bit better. Off we go, and toes, 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 just tapping your toes. Okay, now your heels, just your heels, and heels, and heels, and heels. Are we going to step to the side and join? So, step and join, and step and join, step and join. We can add in a swishing skirt as well now. Swish your skirt and swish your skirt. Okay, let's have a go at stretching those toes in front and closing in, and stretch them out and closing in, and stretch, slide your foot and close it in. Are we ready to have a go at those fancy foot patterns? Let's try. Toes out, and in, and in, and out, and out. Now we're going to twist them to the side, and twist, and twist, and twist, and twist. Let's go the other way. Big ending, and we're going to lift our hands up. Lovely. Good. I do like the clog dance. That is a fantastic piece of music there. Can't help but smile when you hear that tune. Let's now take a little bit of an arm exercise and hand exercise. And this is set to the beautiful music of a piece called l'onde, which means the waves in the sea. And we're going to have some smaller waves and we're going to have some bigger waves, okay? But we'll begin with some finger exercises. So I'll just come up close to the screen, then you can see what I'm doing here. So we're going to let our thumb touch each of our fingers. Let's have a go with the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And that's how that is going to start off. So I'm actually going to come a little bit closer for this one because you don't need to see my feet. Okay, and we're going to have beautiful soft arm movements, like we're pushing the waves away from us. Soft arms and soft waves. Lovely. Good. And then we can use our arm in a big circle going round. And then the other hand, big circle going round. Okay, good. And then we can have a go at some medium size. So those are like the big waves really that are crashing over. Big waves crashing over. And then we'll have some medium waves. So we'll just have one hand. And open. Good. Let's have a try with the other arm. One hand across. And open. And bring it across. Let's have a go at some little waves. Now these are like the waves coming up onto the shore. Very soft. Let's have a go with the other hand. Soft little waves rippling up onto the shore. Okay, so let's have a go with music now for our hand and arm exercise to the beautiful music of Look On. It starts off quite quiet, so we can have the volume turned up quite loud for this one, please. Okay, so just relaxing. And we're going to start off with our finger exercises. So let's begin. Thumb to the first finger, and next finger, next finger, next finger. Let's have a go with the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do some waves. Waves. Same again. Let's push the waves to the side. To the side again. To the front. To the front. To the side. Okay, big waves are coming. 1. Opening your arm out. Lovely. The other way. 1, 2. Opening out. Let's have some more big waves. 1. Opening out. And 1. Lovely. Let's go to some medium waves. So one hand out, and we're going to bring it across in front. And open out. Same again, across. And open. Let's go with the other hand. Medium waves. Lovely. Okay, let's do some little waves now. Just like they're coming up onto the shore. Lovely. Let's have a go with the other hand. Rippling through. Rippling up onto the shore. Good. Right, let's imagine that we're picking up some water. And let's let the water just pour down and out of our hand. Or some sand. You can imagine. Let's pick up some more. And let's let it ripple out. Lovely. Let's try again. there's some shells now, we'll see. So let's pick up a shell. Let's see if we can hear the sea. Good, let's pick up another shell. Let's listen in the other ear. Good, and just like before, we're going to now pretend we're a beautiful bird flying above the ocean. And back down. Just imagine how you could see all of the beach and all of the sea and all of the waves. Lovely, and we'll finish there. Okay, thank you so much for joining me for today's session. We're going to finish off with a cool down now. So this is a lovely calm piece of music. I'll just move back a little bit more now so you can see me. And this is really nice and easy to follow along with. We've learned so much today, we've covered so much. We've done the bluebird variation, we pretend to be the birds. We had fun with the clog dance. And then now we've finished off with l'onde, with the beautiful sea. So you've worked really hard, so let's finish off with a cool down. So feet flat on the floor, hands relaxing on your legs, and you can close your eyes. Okay, just focusing on your breathing. Feeling your forehead relaxing. And all of the muscles in your face are relaxing as well. Relaxing your shoulders and your arms. Feeling the weight of your hands as they're resting on your legs. And your legs are now relaxing, so let your thighs relax. And your knees. And relaxing your calves. And your feet to relax. And if you'd like to open your eyes back up again now. And placing your hands by your side, let's take a little stretch. So, bringing your thumb to your shoulder and reaching your hand up. Keeping both sides of your bottom on the chair, just a little reach over to the side. And let's go the other way, thumb to your shoulder. And one, reaching up and over. And back up. Okay, good. Now we're going to pretend we're a beautiful swan. So your arms are going to open out. And we're going to fold in. Holding onto your elbows, head down. Let's open out like a swan beating its wings. And in. And opening out. And in. And let's finish off. And hands relax down. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.